Part 1. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji-Sheng Chong. Chapter 1. Welcome to the Alien Beast Survival game. As you can see, there are alien beasts everywhere around you. Danger is everywhere. Survival is your only goal if you want to survive in this dangerous world. Please keep the following points in mind. 1. There are many kinds of alien beasts in the world, but they have weaknesses just like you. As long as you find the weakness, you can directly repel or kill them. 2. You need to observe your surroundings more, because there are not only huge alien beasts in the game, but also tiny alien beasts. Small alien beasts are often more deadly. 3. The world you are in is the same. People with good luck can meet their own kind, but they will also attract more alien beasts. 4. Most primary alien beasts do not have strong perception, and unless they are carnivorous alien beasts, they will not actively attack you, but high-level alien beasts are an exception. 5. The center of the territory where high-level alien beasts are entrenched can obtain a lot of resources, but high-level alien beasts have wisdom, and stepping in without reason may be fatal. 6. You can use the auction house to trade and chat, and even share your location, but be careful of the other party's intentions. 7. There are treasures everywhere in the world of alien beasts, waiting for you to explore. 8. Concentrate and you can open your own exclusive interface, and more functions are waiting for you to explore. In the lush forest. Lin Yu frowned slightly. Looking at the small words that kept reappearing on the translucent blue interface in front of him. A hint of doubt appeared on his handsome face. If he remembered correctly, when he went out to throw away the garbage today, he saw that all the people on the street fell down with their legs spread out. Before he could react, he lost consciousness. When he opened his eyes again, he was in this forest. There were trees that were tens of meters high everywhere. Even some small plants similar to bushes were 3 or 4 meters high. Even some weeds were half a person tall. And the most amazing thing was that there were strange footprints on the ground that were as big as 5 or 6 meters. If this is true, how big would the thing with such footprints be? It completely violates biological common sense. At this time, Lin Yu took a deep look at the footprints on the ground. He murmured, "Is it a survival game for alien beasts?" He quickly stood up and looked around. Then he broke off a dry weed from the weeds not far away and used it as a stick. Then he swung the stick vigorously. Although it felt a little light, it was very tough to swing. It was quite handy. This was the best weapon he could find now. Lin Yu held the stick tightly and found a hidden land depression in the weeds and forests. The depression was more than 2 meters deep. The entrance was the size of a wellhead and was covered by the roots of the weeds and jungle. It looked very hidden. Lin Yu used a stick to pick up the roots. He looked carefully into the depression. After confirming that there was no mess hiding inside, then he jumped in with the stick. Then, he concentrated his attention and silently recited the exclusive interface. The original prompt interface changed rapidly. An interface with Lin Yu's photo appeared. Player, Lin Yu. Race, human. Current level, level 0. Strength, 1. Speed, 1. Constitution, 1. Health, 10. Energy, 0. Experience, 0/10. Item, stick made of wild grass. Skill, none. Looking at the information on the interface, Lin Yu was slightly stunned. His eyes quickly fell on the stick in his hand. Stick made of wild grass. Quality, trash. Durability, 1. Evaluation, it is the favorite food of the beginner alien beast Crazy Rabbit. Holding it in your hand may attract the attention of Crazy Rabbit. Looking at the evaluation on the interface, Lin Yu frowned slightly. But he did not throw away the stick in his hand. Instead, he shifted his gaze and continued to look at the interface. At the top of the entire translucent interface, there is a flashing hammer icon. As soon as Lin Yu clicked on it, several interfaces similar to chat windows popped up. Looking carefully, he found that these were World Channel and Regional Channel. The other interface was the auction house. Lin Yu clicked on World Channel first. Did anyone see? I woke up and found myself in the desert. Please give me some water. Who can help me? When I woke up, I was on an island, surrounded by the sea, and I didn't even have a bite to eat. And the creatures on the island are so weird. Woo woo woo. Who can save me? I am willing to be a cow and a horse. I used to be a school beauty. As long as you come to save me, I am willing to do anything. Ha ha ha. This is the end of mankind. This is a big reshuffle. The opportunity to re-establish order has come. The opportunity for the lighthouse people has come. Rebuild the lighthouse with me. When I woke up, I was in a group of humanoid creatures several meters high. What should I do now? Urgent. Waiting online. Dialog boxes flashed by. Lin Yu noticed that there was a flashing speaker image on the dialog interface, with the number 5 on it. World speaker, in the early stages of the game, you can only speak 5 times on the World Channel every day. It is a limited item at the beginning, so it would be a waste to use it to ask for help. However, compared with those players who had a complete disaster at the beginning, Lin Yu was one of the lucky ones. Compared with islands and deserts, it was obviously easier to survive in the forest. Lin Yu looked at it for a few seconds and found that most of them were messages for help. Then he turned off the World Channel and entered the Regional Channel. Regional Channel is more like a chat group. The avatar is the person's photo, and the nickname is the person's name. It can be said that all real name systems are used. Did you all wake up in the forest? There are many super huge footprints around me. And there are half-human high-ALIGE everywhere. Do you have initial weapons? I searched for a long time but still couldn't find the initial equipment. I don't even know how to open the game backpack. There are snakes in the forest. Such big snakes. Can anyone see it? Save me. I was eaten by a python just after I woke up. Now my body hurts so much. Please save me. Damn it. I just shuttled through the bushes. I was stared at by several 1-meter-high purple rabbits. Looking at the chat records that were refreshed crazily, Lin Yu frowned slightly. It seems that there are many dangers in the forest. If he hadn't looked for this depression just now, his situation would not be much better than these people. Lin Yu continued to dive and watch for a while, hoping to see some players who were wandering around find something new. Or find some safer and more solid shelter. So that he could learn from it. But he was soon disappointed. These people who spoke up either disappeared completely after a moment of asking for help. Or they posted all kinds of negative energy messages. Occasionally, a few players who went out to wander around also disappeared completely at this time. I don't know if they found a temporary safe area. Or they found the belly of a strange beast. Alas. Lin Yu sighed in his heart. He knew that he couldn't stay in this pit for the rest of his life. Sometimes he had to go out and try. But just as he clenched the stick in his hand and prepared to climb out of the depression, his mind suddenly shook slightly. The binding of the God-level beast taming system is completed. Survival of the beasts, awakening the beast taming system at the beginning. Author, Ji-Sheng Chong. Chapter 2. System fusion binding successful. Newbie gift package is being distributed. Newbie gift package is distributed successfully and has been opened automatically. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the beast taming capsule ×1. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the fine steel longsword ×1. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the detailed map fragment of a radius of 100 miles ×1. God-level beast taming system. Lin Yu frowned slightly. But he soon reacted. As a man who was familiar with all kinds of novels, he naturally understood that this was his golden finger. Thinking about it, Lin Yu quickly checked the system information in his mind. Soon he understood it completely. The function of the system is very simple, it is just beast taming. And it is clearly written in the instructions that rewards will be given as Lin Yu's level increases. There is no other function besides this. However, just a beast taming is enough for the current world of alien beasts to survive. Throw the stick in his hand aside. Lin Yu first took out the fine steel longsword from the system backpack. Then he put it in front of his eyes and looked at it carefully. A longsword made of refined steel. Quality, silver. Attack power, 10. Durability, 15. Evaluation, a good weapon, more than enough to deal with the initial stage beasts. Note, the quality levels are divided into trash, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crystal, and king. After Lin Yu finished reading the information of the longsword in his hand, he waved it vigorously, and when he found it was more convenient, he directly pinched it in his hand. Then he took out the beast taming capsule from the backpack. Put it in front of him and looked carefully. Although this beast taming capsule is called a capsule, it is as big as a fist. And the shape is very similar to the Pokemon ball in Pokemon. It's just that the color is very different. A sphere with unknown energy. Quality, unknown. Attack power, unknown. Durability, unknown. Evaluation, a very mysterious sphere, which contains extremely terrifying power. Please use it with caution. Looking at the evaluation given by the game, Lin Yu immediately touched his chin. It seems that the game cannot detect items with higher levels given by the system. This is better. If I meet other players in the future, others will not know what Lin Yu is holding. As Lin Yu thought about this, he did not stop and directly flipped through the interface of the beast taming system. He opened a detailed explanation of the capsule. Detailed explanation of the beast taming capsule. Level, silver. How to use: throw it at any part of the body of the alien beast. As long as it touches the body, it is considered to be used successfully. For ordinary alien beasts, as long as it does not exceed the current level of the host by more than 10 levels, the success rate is 100%. For mutant alien beasts, as long as it does not exceed the current level of the host by more than 5 levels, the success rate is 100%. Note, the current capsule levels are ordinary, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crystal, and king. Note, once used successfully, the capsule will automatically disappear, and the alien beast used will be 100% loyal to the host. It seems that this beast taming capsule is the starting point of my early survival, Lin Yu suddenly realized. Obviously, this is the real essence of the system. His current level is only level 1. As long as he finds an ordinary alien beast below level 11 and uses the capsule on it, he will have an extra powerful fighter. Although he still doesn't know how to upgrade. But since it is a game of alien beast survival, it's nothing more than killing monsters. As long as there is a fighter, everything will be solved. While thinking about it, Lin Yu quickly took out the last thing, the map. He put it in front of him and carefully investigated it. This map records all the situations within a radius of 100 miles in great detail. For example, a nest of crazy rabbits lives a few thousand meters to the right of Lin Yu. They are all blue rabbits of about level 7. They have incredible speed. They are nearly 2 meters in size. But after taking a few glances, Lin Yu gave up looking for crazy rabbits. Because rabbits often live in nests. He is only level 1, and he doesn't know how long it takes to control the capsule. If it takes time like the Pokeball, then he will be beaten by other rabbits. He was hit by a rabbit kick on the spot. He couldn't bear it. And the rabbit was very fast, so it was hard to hit the capsule. After a careful search, Lin Yu quickly locked his next fighter. It was the edge of the swamp more than 7,000 meters northwest of his current location. According to the map, there lived a thunder pattern python there. The level was about the 10th level of the primary stage. According to the map, this kind of python can reach more than 30 meters long when it grows up. There are lightning patterns on the body, and it is extremely powerful. It can even release lightning at the tail. It can be said to be the peak combat power of the primary stage, and it is just within the range of Lin Yu's capsule. The most important thing is that this python lives alone. It is the overlord of 1,000 meters. With it, Lin Yu's safety is guaranteed. Compared with the thunder pattern python, the crazy rabbit is not even a younger brother. And he believes in the capsule given by the system. Although he is gambling now, he has no choice. Because he only has one capsule and can't use it for experiments. If this capsule is wasted on some trash beasts, Lin Yu's safety index will plummet. After all, no one knows when the next capsule will be obtained, although it is a beast taming system. But there are too many variables. This is a game of beast survival. The sound and picture of tragic death in the regional channel are still hovering in Lin Yu's ears. He has no choice. Thinking of this, Lin Yu clenched the long sword. According to the direction of the map, he ran quickly to the area where the thunder pattern python was located. Because of the map, Lin Yu bypassed many marked beast positions on the way and did not alarm them. Then he quickly approached the area occupied by the thunder pattern python. Each beast overlord has his own territory. Although this thunder pattern python is only a primary overlord, but the territory is not small. According to the map, the floor radius of this thunder pattern python is more than 5,000 meters. As Lin Yu slowly went deeper, the wolf howls and beast roars that accompanied him all the way around him had completely disappeared at this time. The originally dense forest grass. At this time, it has completely turned into a green swamp jungle. And it also emits the stench of rotting plants. Even if Lin Yu suddenly smelled this smell, he felt dizzy. But he soon woke up. While adjusting his breathing, he followed the location of the thunder pattern python marked on the map. He walked for an unknown period of time. There were more and more traces left by the snake in front of him. More and more wide. Obviously, Lin Yu has come to the living and activity area of the thunder pattern python. But just as Lin Yu controlled his breathing and prepared to continue moving in, suddenly, a deafening sound came from not far away. Then Lin Yu saw a huge python covered with thunder patterns rushing from the depths of the swamp. Those lush trees that were as thick as 3 or 4 people hugging. In front of it, they were as fragile as weeds in the wind. And the direction it was coming from at this time was exactly Lin Yu's side. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji Sheng Chong. Chapter 3. At this moment, looking at the thunder-patterned python not far away, whose head alone was as big as a truck, it rushed over. Even Lin Yu frowned slightly at this time. Did this thunder-patterned python discover him? It should be impossible. Just when Lin Yu was confused, he suddenly found something wrong. This thunder-patterned python rushed all the way. Although it was not injured because of its thick skin and flesh. But if it was just hunting him, why would it move forward so madly? This is not in line with common sense. Soon, Lin Yu's idea was confirmed. A loud and clear eagle cry made the whole swamp a grain of sand. Then a black eagle with a wingspan of about 10 meters flew through the sky. This eagle cry made the thunder-patterned python faster by several points. It rushed even more crazily. The originally calm swamp seemed to have experienced an earthquake at this time. Scattered soil, flying wood chips, and the already smelly and rotten marsh gas. The entire swamp was in chaos in an instant. Lin Yu, who was originally in the direction of the Thunder Python's escape, frowned slightly at this time. Judging from the current situation, the Thunder Python was being chased by the Black Hawk in the sky. If he used the only capsule on the Thunder Python now, it might be a waste of the capsule. Because his capsule is not a pokeball, and the pet cannot be put into the ball. But now the Thunder Python is rushing towards him. If he runs to both sides now, then he has come here in vain. While his mind was turning 100 times, another sharp eagle cry rang out. As the eagle cry fell, the Black Hawk did not rise again. Instead, it swooped down quickly like a bomber. The huge eagle claws flashing with cold light were now facing the Thunder Python's body. Its speed was not slow. In the blink of an eye of Lin Yu, the Black Hawk's sharp claws had already grabbed the Thunder Python's body fiercely, bringing bursts of blood. Lin Yu even saw the several pieces of meat the size of door panels flying. The Thunder Pattern Python felt pain, and its huge snake head suddenly raised up. It knocked down countless trees along the way and bit the Black Eagle. But the Black Eagle was extremely fast. In just a blink of an eye, it flapped its wings and dodged. The storm caused by the flapping of its wings made the fierce battle between the two beasts clearer. Lin Yu, who was standing not far away, saw this. The state of the Black Eagle suddenly appeared in front of him. Black Cloud Snake Eagle. Level, Ordinary Intermediate Level 1, Level 11. Health, 13,000. Attack Power, 1,200. Speed, 3,600. Skills, Black Cloud, Eagle Claw. Black Cloud, the Black Cloud Snake Eagle frantically flashed its wings, driving the black matter on its wings to form black clouds. The black clouds were like black fog pressing down on the border, depriving everything in the black clouds of sight. Eagle Claws, Black Cloud Snake Eagle gathers all its strength into its claws, making them indestructible and sharp. Looking at the attributes of this Black Cloud Snake Eagle, even Lin Yu couldn't help but smack his lips. It seems that this Black Cloud Snake Eagle is the natural enemy of Thunder Pattern Python. No wonder the Thunder Pattern Python didn't even think of fighting, and started to flee madly when they met. Such a strong beast, if you harvest it as a pet, he can walk sideways in the early stage without any invincibility. However, the speed of this Black Cloud Snake Eagle is too terrifying. It is almost impossible for him to hit it with a capsule. Thinking of this, Lin Yu couldn't help but frown slightly. But at this time, the battle between an eagle and a snake quickly entered a white-hot stage. The Black Cloud Snake Eagle kept leaving wounds on the Thunder Pattern Python with its speed. Although the Thunder Pattern Python fought hard, there was a flash of lightning on its tail. But it couldn't even touch a hair of the Black Cloud Osprey. In just a few breaths, the wounds on the Thunder Pattern were too numerous to count. The strong red dyed a large area of the swamp red. The fight between the two beasts gradually slowed down. The Black Cloud Snake Eagle also stopped attacking, flapping its wings in the air to observe whether the Thunder Pattern Python was dead. But at this moment, the Thunder Pattern Python, which seemed to be dying, suddenly jumped up and shot its tail in the air at the Black Cloud Snake Eagle. However, the Black Cloud Snake Eagle, which had been prepared, flapped its wings slightly and dodged. But it never thought that this was a feint. The moment the tail missed, the Thunder Pattern Python exerted force again, turned around suddenly and fled in another direction. The Black Cloud Snake Eagle cried again when he saw this. In the blink of an eye, it quickly flew into the sky. Seeing the snake and the eagle quickly moving away, Lin Yu couldn't help but frowned. It seems that he needs to change his target. However, it is not easy to find a beast like the Thunder Pattern Python that is large in size and strong in strength, and can be hit by a capsule. But there is no way now. Lin Yu opened the map and was about to look for a target. He suddenly noticed the direction where the Thunder Pattern Python escaped, which was a valley gap. There were rocks and peaks everywhere. It can be said that the flying speed of the black cloud snake eagle was greatly limited. If the thunder pattern python hid in the depths of the valley, maybe it could really survive. Thinking of this, Lin Yu was immediately excited. If the thunder pattern python survived, it must be a broken body with little resistance. It was just right for experimentation. Or just kill it and upgrade it. If the upgrade is to capsules, the fault tolerance rate will be greatly improved. If the injury is not serious, you can use the capsules directly. Even if you die, it will be a wasted trip at most. It is not a loss in any way. Thinking about it, Lin Yu quickly followed the blood trail and chased after it. He ran all the way. He didn't know how long he chased. The swampy landform under his feet had disappeared completely without him noticing. What appeared in front of Lin Yu was a valley that was knocked down and full of fallen rocks. As soon as he entered the valley, Lin Yu found something strange in the valley. Even he couldn't help but widen his eyes. Not far from the depths of the valley, the thunder pattern python was huddled beside a mountain wall. Its huge body was already dying, and its tail was tightly wrapped around the claws of the black cloud snake eagle. The flashing arc ran on the black cloud snake eagle. Although the black cloud snake eagle is extremely fast, its defense is relatively low. Being caught by the thunder python and electrocuted like this, even a mid-level beast couldn't bear it at this time. Although the eagle was not dying, but it no longer had the strength to flap its wings and take off, and just used its sharp eagle beak to madly bite the thunder python's tail. The situation of the two beasts made Lin Yu stunned. But he reacted immediately. Looking at the rocks that were knocked down and the feathers left on the rocks, you can guess that it was these standing rocks that affected the speed of the black cloud snake eagle. Then the thunder python seized the opportunity to kill it. Thinking of this, Lin Yu frowned slightly. Is the initial level beast so smart? No wonder this game is called Monster Survival. But Lin Yu soon realized that now is the best time to throw capsules to the black cloud snake eagle. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji Sheng Chong. Chapter 4. Thinking of this, Lin Yu immediately climbed onto the rocks and rushed towards the black cloud snake eagle. The strange movement on Lin Yu's side immediately aroused the vigilance of black cloud snake eagle. But there was electricity running through its body. Even if Lin Yu was discovered, his wings would not be able to fly. But it soon discovered that Lin Yu was just a weak level 1 creature. Suddenly he lost his vigilance. Focus on using the eagle's beak to tear off the tail of the thunder pattern python. Maybe it's because the two beasts are natural enemies. Maybe it's because the black cloud snake eagle often eats thunder patterned pythons, so it actually has a certain resistance to thunder and lightning. These thunder and lightning only paralyzed it for a while. There were no fatal injuries. Lin Yu quickly rushed to the vicinity of the black cloud snake eagle. He first took a look at the current situation of the black cloud snake eagle. When he found that it was still in good spirits, he immediately frowned slightly. But after seeing that he couldn't break free from the thunder pattern python's tail for a short period of time, he immediately picked up pebbles from the ground and threw them over. The black cloud snake eagle not far away also noticed Lin Yu's movements. But look at the pebbles in the air that are so slow. The black cloud snake eagle tilted his head in confusion. In its not-so-smart mind, it couldn't figure out why this level 1 creature threw stones at it. However, it didn't take it to heart and allowed the stones to hit it. I devoted myself to tearing the tail apart. Lin Yu, who was not far away, breathed a sigh of relief when he saw this. Hold the capsule firmly in your hand. The two hands were full of firepower, and they used stones to pour wildly towards the black cloud snake eagle. And the only capsule was mixed among the stones. Click. The inconspicuous capsule was mixed with the stones and hit the wings of the black cloud snake eagle. At the moment of contact, the capsule suddenly bloomed silently like a brilliant firework. In the blink of an eye, A pure white stream of light enveloped the black cloud snake eagle, who was tilting his head and confused about the current situation. After just a few breaths, Lin Yu felt his mind shake slightly. Bite. Using the ordinary beast control capsule successfully. Current pet, black cloud snake eagle. Name, unnamed. Loyalty, 100%. Qualification, mutable evolution, not turned on. Note, pets and their hosts are connected and can use direct commands from their minds. Have you figured it out? Lin Yu suddenly realized. He was lucky this time. He originally thought he would come here to pick up the thunder pattern python. Unexpectedly, I caught the black cloud snake eagle. With this mid-level thug, he is much safer. And it can fly in the sky on the black cloud snake eagle. The safety factor is a bit greater. Thinking of this, Lin Yu nodded slightly. At this moment, the white light that enveloped the black cloud snake eagle quickly disappeared. The black cloud snake eagle, which had returned to its original appearance, looked at Lin Yu. The eyes suddenly became much more intimate. If it hadn't been tied up by the snake's tail, it might have wanted to get over and rub its head against Lin Yu. And at this time, Lin Yu saw the affectionate look in black cloud snake eagle's eyes. A big stone was lifted from my heart. Now the two of us are one family, and it's time to give you a name. Seeing as you are so dark, let's call you, Dabai. Lin Yu nodded. Bite. The pet is named Dabai, black cloud snake eagle. Dabai, who was not far away, immediately tilted his head when he heard this. I understand, but I don't understand it at all. Dabai, you come out first and talk. Lin Yu chuckled. Dabai understood the sentence, and the numbness in his body was relieved a lot at this time. So he broke free a few times with force. Dabai immediately escaped from the trap. But it didn't fly into the sky with a roar like an eagle as usual. Instead, it folds its wings. The 4-meter-tall body jumped up to Lin Yu. He lowered his head and gently rubbed Lin Yu's shoulder with his head. This scene made Lin Yu chuckle. He would believe the scene even if it was said to be from the legend of the Condor heroes. It's just that Dabai is much bigger than Brother Eagle. After the rather heartwarming scene lasted for a while in the valley, Lin Yu said in his mind, Dabai, go step on the head of the thunder-striped python. Hear the words. Without saying a word, Dabai jumped back again, and his sharp eagle claws immediately pressed tightly on the head of the thunder pattern python. At this time, Lin Yu saw that the thunder pattern python really had no strength to move. Then he grabbed the sword and came closer. I have to say that this thunder pattern python is too huge. The bald head is the size of a truck, it is a giant beast. After Lin Yu got closer, he tried it with his long sword and found that although his long sword was sharp, it can also break the defense of the thunder pattern python, but this thunder pattern python is too huge. Even if he stood there and let Lin Yu chop him down, it will take a while to kill him. It is conceivable that if other players without weapons encounter the thunder pattern python, what will happen? After slashing dozens of times until Lin Yu's hands became sore, he heard the prompt. Kill the elementary, level 10, exotic beast thunder pattern python. Experience gained, 1000. The player level has been raised to level 2. The player level has been improved. The player level has been raised to level 6. Player, Lin Yu. Race, human race. Current level, level 6. Strength, 64. Speed, 64. Constitution, 64. Health, 640. Energy, 0. Experience, 270/640. Item, fine steel longsword. What a fat. Lin Yu chuckled, eat Dabai's corpse first, and we'll go to the lair of the thunder python later. Dabai nodded, not quite understanding. He walked towards the thunder python and quickly bit and swallowed it. Lin Yu ignored it. The thunder python was torn to pieces by Dabai's eagle claws. It was useless except for the meat and bones inside. That's why Lin Yu let Dabai eat first. He opened the regional chat to see if there were any new discoveries. I just killed a level 1 ant. I got experience. Help. I'm being chased by a level 2 purple mouse. Who can save me? Woo woo woo, I'm so scared. I want to go home. Ha ha ha. I just killed a level 2 earthworm. I've leveled up. I'm a level 1 boss now. Ha ha ha. Oh my god. Teach me, boss. How did you kill the earthworm? I worship you, boss. Teach me, boss. The post went off track here, and all the comments below were flattering. Lin Yu frowned. Originally, I was thinking if I could see some new information. But now it seems that they have just mastered the gameplay. Thinking of this, Lin Yu directly clicked on the World channel to see if other regions have discovered new gameplay. Have you noticed? The sardines on the island are level 2. Kill one and you can upgrade to level 1. The lizards in the desert are easy to kill. I have killed 6 and are now level 2. Ha ha ha. Worship my great lighthouse people. I am already level 2. Embracing freedom is your last hope. Long live the lighthouse of freedom. Survival of the beasts, awakening the beast taming system at the beginning. Author, Ji Sheng Chong. Chapter 5. Lin Yu glanced twice and frowned slightly. Most of the people speaking now are people who have upgraded. There are no new clues, and all that is known are low-level alien beasts from other terrains. And they never mentioned how they killed those level 1 and level 2 low-level alien beasts. But it wasn't difficult for Lin Yu to think about it, and he didn't take it to heart. After a few more glances, Lin Yu Zheng saw Dabai stop tearing. He staggered closer. Turning his head to look at the thunder-striped python, Dabai had eaten most of the snake meat in his lower body. But the snake meat on the upper body was almost intact. This made Lin Yu shake his head slightly, such a big piece of meat. Even if he and Dabai were allowed to eat for 3 more days, they still wouldn't be able to finish it. But the body couldn't be kept there for 3 days. Lin Yu thought for 2 seconds and finally decided to put it up for auction. After all, the most lacking thing to survive is food. Although this is nothing to Lin Yu who has Dabai. But for others, it is still something in short supply. My mind is spinning. Lin Yu had already arrived at the side of the thunder pattern python again. Pick out some cherished things and put them into the system backpack. Such as snake tendons and snake eyes. Then he sorted through the remaining snake meat and put it all in the auction house. Although he doesn't have anything urgently needed right now. So the selling price is information that makes him feel satisfied, or something novel that he has never discovered. In short, if what is given does not satisfy Lin Yu, then the deal doesn't work. After setting the anonymity and conditions for the auction house, Lin Yu stepped on Dabai's back, go to the python's lair. Dabai tilted his head as if he didn't understand. But he still flapped his wings, and the huge black figure instantly disappeared into the chaotic valley. Only a huge skeleton was left. But what Lin Yu didn't know was, everyone in the auction house and the World channel was excited because of this huge thunder-banded python meat. Oh my god! What did I see? This is the meat of the elementary level 10 alien beast thunder-marked python. If there are so many words, this boss obviously killed a thunder-marked python. Ugh! Why is there such a big gap between people? I didn't even kill a level 1 ant, but the boss can kill a level 10 alien beast. Ha ha ha! This man must be the great people of the Free Beacon. Only our people can have such a powerful power. Brother is right. This boss must be a member of the Free Beacon. Only in this way does it make sense. Are you afraid that you are not blind? The anonymous seller's avatar in the auction house will change to his nationality and region. Your lighthouse is red. Humph. It must be luck. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to kill the level 10 beast. TCH. The source of the world is a lighthouse. Stop dreaming. This big guy is obviously from China. If you are only a level 2 foreign garbage, don't jump. We Chinese bosses can kill level 10 alien beasts, but you have only killed a few level 2 alien beasts, and you still have the nerve to jump out and scream. The world channel is like this, and the auction house is not easy either. Many people who wanted to try their luck and take advantage of the opportunity have quickly left messages at the auction house. At the same time, standing on Dabai's back, overlooking the entire forest, Lin Yu saw many messages from the auction house. Boss, are you still missing pendants? I can go up and down. Boss. I was once the beauty of Tsinghua University. As long as you help me, boss, I will do anything you want. Boss. Can you read the information I saw? This is a wonder in the desert. These messages made Lin Yu frown slightly. Just when he was about to block all these people, he suddenly saw a very novel message. Hello, I have the construction design drawings here. The signature is also anonymous, but judging from the profile picture, he should be Chinese like him. Lin Yu hesitated for a second and asked, what is the construction design drawing? Please explain it in detail. The fine steel armor construction design drawing. Once you have the design drawing, you can independently build various kinds of iron armor. How much meat do you want in exchange? 1,000 pounds. Looking at the message coming back from the other side, Lin Yu fell into deep thought. If the construction design is the same as what this person said, the effect will be really good. If he gets this blueprint, he can directly build a suit of stainless steel armor for Bimax. Although it will weaken Bimax's speed, it will greatly enhance Bimax's survivability. There will no longer be a situation where one blow from the thunder-patterned python will result in half being crippled. Tied for a moment. Lin Yu agreed. For others, meat may be extremely difficult to obtain. But for Lin Yu, who has Dabai, meat is the simplest thing. It's just 1,000 pounds of meat, so you should make this friend. We were able to get the construction blueprints in such a short time. This person simply cannot go there. After both of them agreed to the transaction, the game interface in front of them suddenly changed. At this moment, a piece of paper with a faint silver light suddenly appeared in front of Lin Yu. Fine steel armor construction design drawing. Quality, silver. Usable times, 1. Evaluation, after using and learning, you will gain the ability to forge fine steel armor independently. See this. Lin Yu directly chose to use it. In an instant, Lin Yu felt that there was a lot more knowledge about the construction of stainless steel armor in his mind. And there was an additional construction item on the game panel in front of him. Lin Yu clicked it directly. The game interface suddenly changed. Something similar to a steel-making furnace appeared, and there were many patterns under the furnace. Construction furnace, can be built anywhere. Requires, iron, 0/1100, wood, 0/1000. Customized fine steel armor, undefined. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji Sheng Chong. Chapter 6. Build a Furnace. Looking at the large amount of iron and wood needed, Lin Yu frowned. I haven't seen even a piece of iron yet, but there are a lot of wood, but if I cut them one by one, how long will it take to get enough? At this time, Dabai made a sharp and high eagle cry. Only then did Lin Yu realize that he had arrived at the lair of the thunder pattern python. Forget it, don't think about those things for now. If it doesn't work, I'll trade meat with others. The first task now is to plunder the lair of the thunder pattern python. Since the thunder pattern python is more or less a small lord, its lair must have something unusual, and it is impossible to just find a place and occupy it. When Dabai landed and stopped, Lin Yu jumped off Dabai's back and began to observe the swamp carefully. When I just came here, I only focused on the battle between the thunder pattern python and Dabai, and didn't take a good look at whether there were any rare supplies in this place. Walking all the way to the depths of the swamp, Lin Yu finally found a piece of strange grass around the lair of the thunder pattern python. The leaves of these grasses have strange patterns like lightning, and unlike other swamp grasses, the color is blue-purple. Lin Yu opened the system and saw its introduction. Thunder grass. Quality, bronze. Effect, after eating, it can enhance physical fitness and obtain weak lightning power. Description, a strange grass that grows in the swamp, born from grass seeds that survived after being struck by lightning, and a favorite food of the thunder python. It seems that it is these grasses that give the thunder python the power of lightning. Without further ado, Lin Yu began to collect these grasses and soon picked them all. Obtain thunder grass x10. After collecting the thunder grass, Lin Yu looked around and found that there seemed to be nothing else, so he called Dabai over and rode on Dabai again. Let's go to your home. Dabai tilted his head and thought about it, understood the meaning of home, and then took off again. On the way, Lin Yu finally had time to check the reward he had just received. Silver Beast Taming Capsules x10. Well, that's right. Beast Taming Capsules are the foundation of my life. Only with Beast Taming Capsules can I catch more exotic beasts and become stronger. Iron x200, Wood x200. The rewarded materials can be used later, so it's a waste of time. Thinking of the drawings just now, Lin Yu quickly opened the auction, put half of the snake meat in, and marked the selling conditions. 1 caddy of snake meat for 2 caddies of iron or 5 caddies of wood. This price seems unreasonable, but now is a time when food is scarce, and these materials are not too scarce. Cutting down a tree that is not too big can get at least a few hundred caddies of wood. Even if you cut a larger branch, it will be dozens of caddies, right? This price, Lin Yu asked himself, is not a black-hearted price. As soon as it was put on the shelf, the channel was in a heated debate. Did this boss really kill a whole thunder python? How come there is so much meat? I just thought I just picked up the corpse of a thunder python killed by other beasts. Shit, who is this person? I must find him. How could someone be stronger than my lighthouse people? No more talking, let's go cut trees first. Boss, can you be cheaper? 5 gin of wood is too much. Collecting so much wood and iron, are you going to build something? All kinds of people started talking in the channel, wasting their speaking time. More people still chose to run to the message area, either begging or threatening. Lin Yu didn't even look at those people, they were just a group of giant babies who hadn't figured out the current situation. After a while, Dabai flew to a very steep cliff and screamed excitedly. Oh, your home is here. When Dabai landed, Lin Yu jumped down and looked at the bird's nest on the cliff. There were no other beasts around, only Dabai, the Lord, occupying the entire mountain peak. Looking around, Lin Yu found something unusual. I didn't pay attention just now, and accidentally stepped on the grass growing in the cracks of the rocks, only to find that the grass splashed a black mist. Interesting, Dabai, do you eat this thing? Dabai walked over and looked at the grass on the ground, nodded and shook his head. Lin Yu understood, Dabai meant that it would eat it occasionally, but this was not its main food. This thing should be related to Dabai's black cloud skill, right? Clicking on the system, Lin Yu saw the detailed information of this grass. Black cloud grass. Quality, silver. Effect, it can enhance physical fitness after consumption, and there may be other effects after exotic beasts take it. Description, strange grass growing in high places, containing strange black mist. Other effects? It should refer to the acquisition of the Black Cloud skill. But it seems that there should be a probability of acquiring this skill. Looking at these grasses and nodding, Lin Yu collected them all. Okay, Dabai, now wait for me to make you a set of armor. Just now, I saw that the auction house had purchased enough iron and wood to build a construction furnace. Seeing Lin Yu's happy expression, Dabai also seemed very excited. Lin Yu couldn't wait to open the system panel and build a construction furnace. Construction furnace. Description: it can be used to refine ore into weapons, armor, or other props, and the corresponding drawings are required. Lin Yu chose the fine steel armor, put in enough iron, and started to refine. When he was halfway through, looking at the strange herbs in his backpack, Lin Yu suddenly had an idea. Generally speaking, when refining things, can other materials be added to improve the properties? I wonder if these strange herbs can be used. Thinking of this, Lin Yu felt itchy. Anyway, there are still many materials. Even if it fails this time, I can try again. So Lin Yu carefully took out a thunder pattern grass and put it into the construction furnace. After a while, the faint sound of wind and thunder came from the construction furnace. Then, a puff of black smoke rose. Ah, this. Lin Yu looked at the wisps of black smoke on the construction furnace and was a little speechless. It seems to have failed. Before he could take another material, the system's text suddenly popped up in front of him. Construction successful. Fine steel armor. Quality, silver. Description: armor made of special materials, specially made for exotic beasts, will emit weak lightning to counter-attack when attacked. Successful. Lin Yu looked at the armor with a cold light on the surface, and was slightly stunned. This was customized for Dabai. Considering that the weight would affect Dabai's flight, the armor can only protect some key parts. Dabai, come here and try this. With the help of Lin Yu, Dabai put on the whole set of fine steel armor and looked energetic. Fly one and try whether it is heavy. Dabai took off into the air, circling in the sky, making bursts of joyful chirps. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji Sheng Chong. Chapter 7. Seeing Dabai flying happily in the air, he seemed very satisfied with the new armor. Lin Yu nodded, called Dabai down, and then took off Dabai's armor. Dabai called a few times, tilted his head to look at Lin Yu. His eyes were a little aggrieved, but he didn't dare to get angry. Like a child whose favorite toy was taken away. Lin Yu was a little funny and cute. Don't worry, I'll upgrade it first, and I'll give it back to you after the upgrade is completed. Dabai, who understood the meaning, flapped his wings happily, then folded his wings and stood aside obediently, waiting for Lin Yu to finish his work. Taking out some iron ore again, Lin Yu put the armor and ore into the smelting furnace, smelted it repeatedly several times, and completed the upgrade in a short while. Fine steel lightning armor. Quality, silver. Defense, 800. Evaluation: a piece of armor made of fine steel with the power of lightning, specially customized for eagles, which will release lightning to counter-attack when attacked. Lin Yu tried to knock the armor gently with his sword and listened to the sound when the two hit each other. Well, not bad, this fine steel armor looks very defensive. Seeing the satisfactory defense of the armor, Lin Yu decided to make a set for himself. Although Dabai is protecting him, it is still necessary to make a set of armor to ensure his safety. It would be fun if Dabai is not around and he is killed by a low-level monster. The meat hung on the auction house before is almost sold out now, and there is still a lot of iron and wood received, which should be enough for me to make another set of armor, and there will be some left. Put the armor on Dabai again, waved his hand to let Dabai go wild, and Lin Yu took out enough iron and added it to the construction furnace. Just as he was about to put more thunder pattern grass inside, Lin Yu's hand stopped for a moment. This armor will release weak lightning when it is hit. Of course, It has no effect on high-level monsters like Dabai, but it is hard to say for himself. Dabai is a powerful monster that can withstand the direct electric shock of the thunder pattern python. The problem is, what if the armor electrocutes himself? Thinking of this, Lin Yu frowned slightly. And if he is really hurt, it is most likely that he is fighting with the monster in close combat. The counterattack of lightning may not have much effect on monsters with thick skin and flesh. Forget it. How about trying black cloud grass? Putting away the thunder pattern grass, Lin Yu took out the black cloud grass found in Dabai's nest and added it in. If the armor can also add a similar effect of black cloud, it can interfere with the monster's vision and actions when fighting with monsters in close combat. Even if the interference is very weak, it may be able to turn the tide and overturn the defeat in a life and death struggle. Thinking of this, Lin Yu added the black cloud grass, looking forward to the appearance of the armor. After the same scene, a brand new set of armor was generated from the construction furnace. But it was different from Dabai's armor. Dabai's armor showed a shiny metallic luster, and the lightning patterns could be vaguely seen on the surface. The surface of his own armor was dark matte, covered with black cloud patterns. For Lin Yu, this might be an unexpected surprise. Such armor is more suitable for hiding one's figure in jungles and other terrains, and it is not so noticeable in the dark or in places with mixed patterns. By the way, the most important thing is whether it has the special effects you expect. Lin Yu stepped forward, picked up the armor, stretched out his hand and knocked it, and a faint black mist appeared on the surface of the armor, interfering with Lin Yu's vision. Fine steel black cloud armor. Quality, silver. Defense, 600. Durability, 100. Evaluation, a piece of fine steel armor with black cloud magic. When hit, it can actively release black mist quickly, which has a certain interference effect. Not bad, this thing seems to have something. If I get hit in close combat, a cloud of black mist can help me get out quickly, or pull in a roundabout way. It's really quite wow. Wearing the new armor, Lin Yu and Dabai look like a Sky Knight and his War Eagle mount, with a completely different temperament from before. And with these two forging experiences, Lin Yu roughly understands the enchantment rules during forging. Adding special materials with different effects can create equipment with different effects. It's just that it's not clear whether this enchantment is 100% successful or has a certain probability. After all, I have only enchanted 2 pieces of equipment so far. Speaking of which, can a piece of equipment be enchanted multiple times? Or if I add several special materials at once, will I get several special effects? Lin Yu was a little excited, but he didn't plan to try it at the moment. There weren't many materials on hand now. If this enchantment was probabilistic, what if I added several materials at the same time and it failed? According to the nature of other games, the materials and equipment must be gone. At most, a few small white cubes will be given. In the future, when I collect more various materials, I will try to add a few more to a set of equipment. Try to create a wind, thunder, water, fire, and sword. When I think of the future, when I strike with a sword, the wind whistles, the thunder rolls, the fire burns the sky, and the flying stream hits the stone, I am a little excited. Wait, didn't I have a fine steel longsword before? First upgrade this thing and attach a lightning effect to it, so that it is convenient for me to attack. Lin Yu quickly took out a fine steel sword, some iron ore and thunder pattern grass, and added them to the construction furnace for smelting. Soon, a sword with purple lines on the surface came out of the furnace. Fine steel thunder pattern sword. Quality, silver. Attack power, 400. Durability, 50. Evaluation, an upgraded longsword with lightning power, which can release lightning chains when attacking, more than enough to deal with ordinary monsters. Good. Lin Yu clenched his fists excitedly and calmed down his excitement. Now that both Dabai and I have new equipment, should we look for the next opponent? There are still some capsules in my hand that are not used. Maybe I should try to catch the next monster, or find a high-level monster to try out the equipment. Dabai, come here. Waving Dabai back, Lin Yu packed up the things in his backpack and rode on Dabai. Let's put the construction furnace here. You can come back when you need to build something in the future. It is safe here, and there is no need to worry about being destroyed by strange beasts or being snatched away by others. After looking at the map, Lin Yu chose the next target. Let's go, Dabai, fly in that direction. Lin Yu pointed the way for Dabai on his back. Dabai let out a long cry and took off into the air, spreading its wings and flying into the distance. Eagle strikes the sky. Looking down, the forest is lush and green, breeding and containing countless rare and exotic beasts. At this time, you can see that some strange beasts are looking up at Dabai, and then quickly evading in the opposite direction of Dabai's movement. Lin Yu looked at Dabai's majestic posture when flying, and the might of the eagle's cry that shocked all spirits, and couldn't help but feel a little excited. Sword in hand, follow me. Explore the forest and catch strange beasts. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji-Sheng Chang. Chapter 8. Flying along the direction pointed by Lin Yu, Dabai soon arrived above a deep forest. As if sensing a threatening atmosphere below, Dabai cried a few times. His voice was sharp, his eyes were sharp, and he had a warning threat. Watching Dabai circling in the air for several circles, Lin Yu confirmed that the destination was below. Looking at the map, the territory below should be that of a trembling bear. The trembling bear has the characteristics of thick skin, great strength, and slow speed. Dabai's flying ability can well restrain the slow-speed beasts and will not be hit by them. After all, the earth will shake when the trembling bear strikes down with one palm. If it weren't for Dabai, Lin Yu would not dare to come to trouble this thing now. If the beast received before was a thunder-pattern python, and he went up to fight with the trembling bear, he might be hit on the head by one claw, and the whole thing would be turned into a piece of broken ice. Lin Yu asked Dabai to descend slowly, and soon saw a cocky giant bear lying in the forest. But at this moment, Lin Yu had a strange feeling in his heart. This bear gave him a feeling, not quite right. Although it was lying on the ground, it didn't seem to be resting. Its muscles were tense and trembling slightly. Not only were its eyes open, but they were also fierce. Because it was in this strange state, it didn't notice the approach of Dabai and Lin Yu. Dabai, go a little further and put me down. Lin Yu commanded Dabai to fly to the other side, jumped off the eagle's back, hid in the shadow of the bushes, and kept approaching until it was about 50 meters away from the earth-shaking bear. After careful observation, Lin Yu found that the earth-shaking bear's mouth, claws and the surrounding ground were stained with a lot of strange juice. Could this silly bear have eaten something wrong and had a stomachache? Lin Yu frowned, and felt that it was not simple. At this time, the beast control system gave a prompt. The target beast is detected to be rapidly alienated. What? Alienation? Lin Yu was shocked. When he chose the target earlier, he chose a second level one, thinking that Dabai could well restrain the slow alien beast with its speed and flight advantages. If this thing is successfully transformed, its combat power will be greatly enhanced. I am afraid that Dabai and I will become deliverymen. Looking at its condition, it should not have much combat power now, right? Take advantage of his illness to kill him. Gritting his teeth, Lin Yu no longer hesitated and issued an order to Dabai behind him. Dabai, attack the earth-shaking bear. After receiving the order, Dabai flapped his wings, rolled up black clouds towards the earth-shaking bear, and then pounced directly on the target. The earth-shaking bear did not react for a while, and Dabai's sharp claws and eagle beak hit the earth-shaking bear's fur fiercely. But what surprised Lin Yu was that the earth-shaking bear was actually fine, not to mention the wound, not even a few hairs fell off. Ah, this. Just as Lin Yu was hesitating, Dabai seemed to be fighting with the earth bear, and began to scratch and peck at the earth bear's skin frantically. A black cloud covered the sky, and the hair was flying, but no wound was made. Lin Yu just wanted to say, "Master Bai, stop scratching." At this time, the earth bear seemed to be awakened by Dabai's attack, and with a wave of his hand, he hit Dabai, who was attacking frantically. Dabai was scratching frantically, and did not expect to be attacked. He was hit into the air in a daze, and he flapped his wings continuously to stabilize. If it were not for the protection of the armor, Dabai might have lost his combat effectiveness. This thing is really hard to deal with. It seems that we can't beat it, the attack just now was too fierce. Dabai, harass it, understand? Don't get hit by it, fly up. Use your speed. Dabai, with anger in his eyes, flew over quickly, but did not stay in one place to attack as before, but grabbed here and pecked there, flexibly avoiding the claws of the earth bear. Yes. That's it. Lin Yu encouraged Dabai while quietly approaching the earth bear. Unexpectedly, the awakened earth bear was very alert and sharp, and soon found Lin Yu approaching. And when Lin Yu approached, the earth bear suddenly left Dabai alone and attacked Lin Yu. It seemed that it knew that Lin Yu was the mastermind behind the scenes, and it was better to capture the king first. Oh my god, this beast is quite smart. Seeing this scene, Lin Yu quickly turned back and ran away. Luckily, I had upgraded several levels before, and my physical strength was enhanced, and the speed of this bear slowed down a lot during the alienation. Otherwise, I might have to explain myself here today. Lin Yu had just run a little further away, thinking that there seemed to be no sound of pursuit behind him, so he planned to look back. Suddenly, there was a whistling sound in his ears, as if something was being thrown at him. Hearing a loud noise, Lin Yu looked sideways and saw that the tree next to him was directly broken by a boulder that was bigger than his upper body, and the upper part flew out. If it weren't for Dabai's timely interference, if the boulder hadn't been crooked, Lin Yu would have been sent away directly. Can this beast throw things? Lin Yu swallowed a breath and thought to himself that the combat wisdom of this thing is much stronger than he thought. I thought it was a stupid bear, but now it seems that I miscalculated. Why does my own Dabai feel stupid? When fighting with the thunder pattern python before, he was entangled by the thunder pattern python. I threw stones to test it, but Dabai didn't react. Is Dabai really smart? The legendary phoenix? The battle situation was urgent, and there was no time to think. Lin Yu waved his hand and commanded Dabai. Dabai, black cloud skill, full output. A thick black cloud enveloped the body of the earth-shattering bear. Compared with the previous black fog that could only vaguely block the vision, the current black cloud can completely block the vision. The earth-shattering bear felt bad, and the fighting instinct made it realize that the current battle situation was not favorable to it. Under the cover of the black cloud, it couldn't even see the enemy, how to fight. So, the earth-shattering bear quickly made a decision: run. Lin Yu saw that the earth-shattering bear, which was still majestic just now, suddenly raised its claws and held its head, and without hesitation, threw down Dabai in the air and turned around and ran. Dabai was slightly stunned, and hurriedly chased after it to continue releasing black fog. Only Lin Yu was left dumbfounded. This thing is too smart, right? What a collapse and retreat. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the Beginning. Author, Ji Sheng Chong. Chapter 9. After a few seconds of hesitation, Lin Yu also reacted and quickly chased in the direction of the earth bear's escape. The earth bear didn't run very fast, and every step would leave a deep pit in the shape of a bear's claws. Lin Yu followed the traces and quickly caught up with the earth bear. Dabai, cling to it. Guerrilla tactics. Fighting, consume its physical strength, understand. Hearing this, Dabai clung to it like a dogskin plaster. If the earth bear didn't attack, Dabai wouldn't leave. As soon as the earth bear attacked, Dabai flew up quickly, and then took the opportunity to peck at the unprotected parts of the earth bear. The earth bear ran and roared, and the surrounding strange beasts were scared and fled. Dabai chased and pecked all the way, vowing to peck him all over his head. Lin Yu chased behind him. The two beasts and one person formed a strange picture, rushing around in the forest. After a long time, Lin Yu thought that the earth bear's physical strength should have decreased. As a result, after a closer look, it was not good. This regret bear seemed to have not consumed much physical strength, and its strength was increasing. The deep pit made by the footprints was much deeper than before. And it was obvious that Dabai's harassment had been a little bit powerless. System, what's going on? Lin Yu was puzzled. The current target is being alienated. As the alienation progresses, the attributes are enhanced. After the alienation is completed, new abilities may be obtained. Hiss. Lin Yu took a breath. This regret bear was chased and beaten for a long time, and the alienation was almost completed. It's not just me who is wasting time, but this beast is also wasting time. Dabai and I are being played by a bear. We can't wait like this. What if this thing really completes the alienation? Dabai and I will be in trouble. Thinking that wealth and honor come in danger, Lin Yu gritted his teeth and said to Dabai. Dabai, go over and fight in close combat, use your armor to block the bear's claws. At the same time, Lin Yu also rushed over and pounced on the black cloud. If you don't succeed, you will die. The earth bear was harassed by Dabai for a long time, and the anger in his heart was burning. You can't run, you can't fight, and you're here to play with your grandfather bear? At this time, seeing that Dabai was willing to fight in close combat, the earth bear reversed its normal defense and hit Dabai's armor with a set of random claws. Suddenly, lightning flashed in the black cloud and thunder roared. Taking this opportunity, Lin Yu threw all the capsules he had received as rewards. Anyway, if he didn't hit it, he could pick it up again. Of course, if he lost it and couldn't find it, there would be nothing he could do. Then, Lin Yu rolled behind him, nestled behind a bush, and looked at the earth bear. A flash of white light flashed, and the earth-shaking bear in the black cloud disappeared instantly, leaving only a few arcs of electricity that could not find the target in the air. Success. Ding. The ordinary capsule of taming beasts was used successfully. Current pet, earth-shaking bear. Name, unnamed. Loyalty, 100%. Qualification, alienation, 99% completed. Great. Looking at the alienation, 99% completed, Lin Yu felt a little scared. If I had hesitated for a while just now, or had not discovered it in time, and let the earth-shaking bear's alienation be completed, the situation would be completely different now. I guess I would have eaten the feast directly. By the way, what name should I give this bear? Dabai is white, and this bear looks shiny golden, so let's call it Dajin. Ding. The pet has been named, Dajin, earth-shaking bear. Looking at Dabai and Dajin, this pair of two generals, Lin Yu was very satisfied. Now, he has everything he needs, and he will soon be able to unify the world. First, he collected Dajin, then picked up the remaining capsules on the ground, and rode Dabai back to Dabai's nest. Let Dabai take care of his wounds first. It was almost night, and Lin Yu used the vines, leaves, and wood he collected on the way to build a bed. Putting Dajin and Dabai beside him to block the wind, Lin Yu fell asleep in the eagle's nest on the cliff. When he woke up the next day, the sun was rising. Facing the rising sun, Lin Yu's mood became much better. After a night's rest, his tired spirit yesterday was also much more excited. Turning his head and looking around, Dabai had disappeared, and Dajin was sitting on the side, gnawing on a huge rat. Where did this thing come from? Looking at the rat hair and blood on the ground, Lin Yu frowned a little. Dajin wiped the corner of his mouth, licked one bare paw, and pointed the other bare paw to the sky. Lin Yu looked in that direction and happened to see Dabai coming back with a rabbit in his mouth. So you went hunting. Lin Yu smiled and scraped off a lot of wood chips with the blade of the sword. He made a simple fire drill and successfully started a fire. He lit some wood and started to boil water and grill meat. After a while, the aroma of grilled meat drifted to Dajin and Dabai. Dabai and Dajin smelled the grilled meat in Lin Yu's hand, then looked at the raw meat under their claws, and suddenly felt that it was not fragrant. The two strange beasts looked at Lin Yu eagerly, or more precisely, at the skewers in Lin Yu's hand. Lin Yu was stunned. Did strange beasts also like to eat this thing? He waved to Dabai and Dajin, signaling them to come over. Lin Yu quickly grilled more skewers and gave them to Dabai and Dajin. Dabai's claws couldn't hold the skewers, so Lin Yu had to feed it, pecking at each piece of meat. Dajin clumsily followed Lin Yu's example and grabbed a skewer. The bloody mouth and the skewers that were not enough to fill the gaps between his teeth formed a sharp contrast. Looking at the two beasts eating, Lin Yu couldn't help but laugh. After breakfast, Lin Yu patted Dabai and said to the two beasts, "Let's go, kill low-level beasts today and level up for me." Dabai carried Lin Yu to the area of low-level beasts, and then started an inhumane massacre. Dabai and Dajin, the two beasts, slaughtered creatures here wantonly, and Lin Yu was responsible for separating the skin, meat, bones, etc. of the corpses, and then picking out the best part to keep, and putting all the rest up for auction. For a moment, the whole world was moved. While everyone was still trying to survive in the mouths of alien beasts, this person could actually sell so much alien beast meat. The endless supply of alien beast meat was exchanged for iron ore, wood, and other resources, enough to ensure that Lin Yu would not lack basic supplies for a long time. There were quarrels in the World Channel and various regional channels. Ah, this person must have the blood of our universe nation. Otherwise, he can't be so powerful. Long live the lighthouse. Our lighthouse will definitely surpass this person. Ha ha ha, our Chinese people are so awesome. It's as easy for the big guys to kill alien beasts as to step on an ant. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. This person must have found a way to cheat. Maybe there is something wrong with the system. All the quarrels were finally interrupted by a notice. All channels were briefly silent for 5 seconds because of this notice. System notice: since the first player, Huaxia W15264, reached level 10, the Alien Beast survival game officially began. Survival of the Beasts, Awakening the Beast Taming System at the beginning. Author, Ji Chang. Chapter 10. Are all Chinese people so powerful? After the world chat was silent for a few seconds, one by one it became active again. The Chinese ones actually came out on top. Our people in Lighthouse are not convinced. What happened to the world? I just made a harpoon and pierced 10 sardines to reach level 3. The people upstairs are going to laugh me to death. What does it mean that the game has officially started? I am barely alive now. The system notification on the world chat interface was still flashing. Lin Yu glanced at his own ID, which was exactly the same as what was displayed on the notification. Lin Yu was not surprised that he was the first player to reach level 10. After all, he was a man with a system. He didn't feel like this was good news. The game officially starts, which means that the difficulty will increase later. As the difficulty increases, many people will no longer be able to experience the pleasure of spearing fish. Lin Yu was still staring at the chat interface. At this time, a message felt inexplicably familiar. The avatar of a Chinese person, with only 2 words in the name, anonymous. Do you want the blueprint of the silver level fortress? Lin Yu remembered, this was the mysterious man who exchanged armor blueprints last time. He now has weapons, defense, and 2 strange beasts that are capable of killing all game players. As long as he stays behind and slowly improves his level, if you ask him what he still lacks, he may still be able to do it. It is really a shelter, a solid house, something that can really bring a sense of security to people. At least you can sleep peacefully at night, right? It's better than sleeping on the wood in Dabai's lair anyway. When the time comes, with such a fortress built and a few powerful beasts guarding the home, it will be like a giant. After thinking briefly, Lin Yu decided to ask first. After all, this guy with the Chinese face appeared suddenly to change the drawings last time, and the fortress this time. He happened to appear when he needed it, which made Lin Yu gave rise to a hint of vigilance. Thinking about it, I sent a message. Do you have a gold level fortress blueprint? It took a while before he came back. The gold level fortress requires too many materials. Some of them are simply impossible to collect with your current strength. First of all, without asking whether you can successfully build it, what will you give me in exchange for it? Lin Yu grinned. He still had a certain understanding of the stage of silver and gold. He took 2 intermediate level beasts to collect things that exceeded his own strength. Slow and dangerous. Those people may think that they have become the first level 10 player and think that I have already expanded. I just want to build a majestic golden fortress. That sentence was used by Lin Yu to test. After seeing that large paragraph of text, I had some guesses in my mind. This person is definitely not the player who came in with them. Most players are at the bronze level, but this person knows something about the gold level. The news comes again. I know you have some guesses. The blueprint of the silver fortress is given to you to make a friend. Lin Yu was still very satisfied that he had tricked him. No matter what the man's intentions were, he accepted the free drawings and kept a cautious attitude in his heart. There was nothing wrong with it. On the system panel, white and silver glossy drawings are rotating. Silver Skylight Fortress Design Drawing. Quality, Silver. Usable times, 1. Evaluation, Skylight Fortress, the best of silver, it can withstand the attacks of most ordinary mid-level alien beasts, and some mutated alien beasts may cause damage. You can also have autonomous defense weapons, let you have a good night's sleep. Seeing this comment, Lin Yu felt that it was a bit of an advertisement, but what he found interesting was that this fortress actually had autonomous defense weapons. It feels so high-end. Lin Yu clicked on study without hesitation. In front of him, the white and silver glossy paper was enlarged. A mini version of the black castle-like building was rotating. At the top of it, what looked like a cannon flashed. Silver Skylight Fortress, can be built anywhere. Materials required, fine iron, 0/500, metasequoia, 0/100, skystone, 0/5, red copper, 0/100, fine granite, 0/1000. Seeing this large amount of materials, Lin Yu couldn't help but feel a little confused. They were also silver level things. Why did this fortress need so many things? This is probably the most complicated thing in the silver level. Building a house is not easy. He had never heard of much of the material. Since he was the first player to reach level 10, the system was not without rewards. While Lin Yu was chatting with the mysterious man, he received a large gift package. Click to claim. Byte. Congratulations on getting White Rock Hill. Hey, there's quite a lot in this gift package. Lin Yu found some of the things he had just been awarded in his backpack and clicked on the detailed description. He didn't know what these things were for many things. Lin Yu already had a preliminary understanding of this gift package. First of all, the thing called Bianqiu was white, which was slightly different from white and silver. The gift packages were arranged in order of rarity. The second-ranked golden body pill is yellow. Lin Yu estimated that this is most likely a gold level item, and the White Rock Hill is a reward given by the system for far exceeding one's own strength. The white represents the platinum level. Bronze, silver, and gold are followed by platinum. It can be said that this is already a rare item. When Lin Yu clicked on the detailed description of the White Rock Hill, his face darkened. Detailed description, unable to view. Is this system playing? I don't know anything. Even if it can't be used, it's good to think about it as a motivation to move forward. For a platinum level item, Lin Yu wanted to throw it away for a moment, but then he regained his sanity. It was probably because his level was not high enough. Put it in the bag first. Lin Yu clicked on the golden body pill. Detailed description, pill, after swallowing, it can turn the body into an indestructible body within 3 minutes. Seeing this, his eyes lit up. Then read on. Side effects, weakness for 7 days, this pill can be taken up to 3 times. Weakness for 7 days. Lin Yu felt that this system must be a trap for the first person to reach level 10. If you are in the wild, how can you survive for 7 days of weakness? And this pill is gold level, so if you don't have strong strength, will you be beaten by others? The rewards are really more deceptive than each other. The detailed description of the first one cannot be viewed. The second one is a pill. After eating it, you will be beaten, and then you will be weak and wait for death. Lin Yu felt that this should be called a deceptive gift package.